Ever wondered if those happily ever afters at the end of your favorite Disney movies had a bit of a darker beginning? It's easy to get lost in the songs and colorful animation, but the truth is, many Disney classics are based on folklore and literature that were far from kid friendly. These original tales weren't meant to be lighthearted entertainment. They were often cautionary tales, reflections of harsh realities, or even downright terrifying. So buckle up because we're about to pull back the curtain and reveal the surprisingly twisted origins of some of Disney's most beloved films. Let's start with Snow White. We all know the story of the princess and the seven dwarfs, but the original Brothers Grimm version is unsettling. The evil queen didn't just want Snow White dead, she demanded proof. The princess's lungs and liver. And the punishment, the queen was forced to dance in red hot iron shoes until she collapsed at the wedding. Disney definitely toned that down, opting for a simple fall from a cliff. Talk about a glow up. Then there's Pinocchio. While Disney's puppet is a charming, mischievous boy, the original novel by Carlo Collodi portrays him as much more malicious. He actually kills the talking cricket with a hammer after receiving unwanted advice. And later, he's hanged from an oak tree before being rescued. Disney wisely chose to focus on childhood innocence and honesty. Even Dumbo has a darker side, and the original story emphasizes the extreme isolation and psychological suffering of the little elephant. It's a poignant commentary on animal exploitation and a lack of empathy. While the film gives us a triumphant, happy ending, the source material is far more heartbreaking. Bambi is another example. Forget the adorable forest creatures. The original novel is a survival story filled with dread and violence. Animals are constantly hunted and death lurks around every corner. Disney kept the emotional impact of the mother's death, but softened the overall tone. Cinderella gets a gruesome makeover in the Brothers Grimm version. Jealous stepsisters don't just try to fit into the glass slipper and mutilate their feet, cutting off toes and heels in a desperate attempt to win the prince's affection. Birds then peck out their eyes as punishment. Ouch. Disney's version is a much kinder tale. Alice in Wonderland isn't all tea parties and talking animals and Lewis Carroll's stories are filled with Victorian satire and existential confusion. The characters are often rude and threatening, and Alice experiences genuine fear. It's a wonderfully bizarre story, but far more unsettling than the Disney adaptation. Even Peter Pan has a sinister side. The boy that wouldn't grow up is a dangerous and cold figure in the original play. He thins out the ranks of the Lost Boys when they age and has little regard for those around him. A far cry from the cheerful hero we know and love. And let's not forget The Lion King. Inspired by Shakespeare's Hamlet, the original story is filled with tragedy and revenge. The cycle of violence leads to the death of nearly every character. Disney opted for a more hopeful message about the circle of life and responsibility. And Frozen, the Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen is a much darker figure. A shard of an evil mirror gets stuck in a boy's eye and heart, turning him cold and distant. Disney reimagined her as a misunderstood sister struggling with her powers. So the next time you're watching a Disney classic, remember that beneath the charming animation and catchy songs lies a world of twisted origins and cautionary tales. It just goes to show that even the most beloved stories can have a dark side. And it makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden behind those magical castle walls, doesn't it? And on that note, did you know that Disney once considered making a live action version of The Black Cauldron with a completely different ending? It was scrapped because it was deemed too dark. Talk about a full circle moment. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll be back.